Some of you I've met, some I've not had the pleasure of meeting. My name is Steve Edington. I am very glad to be here with you on this occasion and welcome you to the Unitarian Universalist Church of Nashua.
Well, Steve, I'm here to congratulate you on your third UU ministry. Lasted 24 years. I was chair of the search committee that brought you here 24 years ago. And at the time, the UUA sent us a list of 13 possible candidates, and we created a book to mail out to everybody that described our church. And we had to do a congregational survey and a bunch of other stuff. And then through phone conversations and other instruments, we narrowed the list of 13 down to 4 possible candidates. And on Valentine's Day in February of 1988, the group of us went to the Milford Church to hear a young minister give his sermon, and he also did a bit conversation with the children, as I recall. And we were all very favorably impressed with this young man.
Steve, I just want to say thank you for bringing us to this point through your gentle guidance and support, where we as a congregation are ready to move forward into our next big adventure. We've done this because you have kept us open to new ideas. You have encouraged us to take leadership, each of us in our own way, so that we can make this church the faith community that we really want it to be.
Over the time that I've known you and certainly worked with you in the capacity of church president, I appreciate your very unassuming leadership style. You provide a lot of room for people to move, to try to make decisions, to come up with plans, and you patiently and quietly watch. And yet I've noticed on a number of occasions when we seem to get stuck, you quietly make a suggestion for a path forward, and that's very much appreciated, certainly when you're sitting in the role of president and you're not quite sure what you're doing sometimes.
Well, my fondest memory of Steve is when he came into my RE class when I was a little bit younger, maybe 5th or 6th grade, and we had been talking about racism and inequality, and Steve came in and told the story of how one of the schools that he went to when he was younger was named after a black man. And through the course of the civil rights movement and different things, the school's name was actually changed to be the name of a white man. And Steve, when he spoke about that, he was so passionate, and you could still see that, he was very upset about the injustice that had occurred. And so, I carry that with me in terms of, I have seen, Steve's passion for just this one instance, but, it inspires me to be passionate not only about the positive things in my life, but also about any inequalities or injustices that ever may occur.
When you first came, I was was one of the youth group leaders. That year they happened to say, among the things they said was like, let's go to New York. Let's go to New York. And so we talked to you and we said, yeah, we can go to New York, and we'll just go down and we'll arrange to stay in the basement of All Souls. And so we all bundled up. There was about 12 youth and about 4 advisors or 3 advisors. And you went down to New York City and dropped the kids off at All Souls, and then went up to your wife's parents' place and dropped the cars there, caught the train in, went into New York City. And it was a blast. We went all over. I don't know if you were awake or you knew about this, but about midnight or 1 o'clock, a bunch of myself and a bunch of youth got out of the church. We were locked in. It was a lock-in, but we kind of got out of the church into New York City at night, and we found a bookstore that was open, and we could actually get some coffee at a coffee house. It was a blast. I don't know if you ever knew about that.
On a real personal note, I have appreciated your being my guide on my own spiritual journey. You've helped validate some of my feelings and beliefs and given a name to them, which has been helpful. And I think you'll get the reference that I'm very keen on lily pads. Hope you get that reference anyway.
I came here one Sunday at the invitation of Pam Gilpatrick,
because she had put together a little parody song promoting some social event here and had recruited some of us to come and sing it during the service. And then as the service continued, you delivered the sermon, and I always remember that the sermon topic that day was the politics of homosexuality. And as I listened, I thought, well, if this is the kind of thought and topic that can be discussed here, then I think I need to reconsider my separation from anything called organized religion.
And I think what really affected me the most about Steve over the course of the time that I've come to church here is that he always talks about it being a shared ministry. And that has really affected me, because every time he says shared ministry, I think, oh, what part of this is my part of this?
You're the only UU minister I've ever had. And it's really through you that I've come to understand and know Unitarian Universalism and develop a love for our faith.
I also really appreciated all your sermons where you talked about Jesus. You did a couple a year. It was just really wonderful to hear you speak of how you viewed him in through the eyes of a Unitarian minister. I just really got a lot from you, and I will really truly miss you. You were the minister when we arrived here 10 years ago with our 3 children. I know all 5 of us have really enjoyed having you as our minister. We are sad to see you go, and we wish you well. So happy new beginnings.
Well, Steve, you're the 6th minister in this church that I've listened to and known personally, and I'm sorry to see you leave, but I look forward to knowing you for many years yet to come, and let's all wish the very best for you and Michelle and your family in the future.
Well, good luck, Steve. I'm really going to miss you. You were the first and only minister I've ever had, and it's been a delight working with you.
Good luck with everything you do. Thanks.
We've had a great 24 years ago, and I thank you for it.
Until our next meeting in some other venue or fashion, but wish you the best.
Because, you're the only minister Julia's ever known and Catherine have ever known. You were there when they were born, so it's kind of, Any rate, thanks.
I wish you much happiness and 1 or 2 grandchildren.
Best wishes for your future activities, and thanks, as they say, for the memories.